Welcome to our short training video on the wonderful world of pedestrian crossings. By the end of this video you should be able to distinguish between the different types of crossing and how to navigate them safely. Pedestrians tend not to want to be hit by vehicles, as they will always come off worse for the interaction. Many pedestrians will make use of pedestrian crossings. There are several different types of crossing that accommodate different road users and require different behavior from the driver. Pelican crossings are the most common. Pedestrians press a button to turn the traffic lights to red. There is a delay between the button press and the lights turning red. If you are approaching a crossing with a green light, be prepared for this to change if pedestrians are standing waiting to cross. When the red light appears, you must then stop to allow pedestrians to cross. The red light is soon replaced by a flashing amber light, which means you should still give way to anyone on the crossing. You can only drive through a flashing amber light if the crossing is empty. Beware, however, that some pedestrians may run to cross the road while the amber lights are flashing. Make sure that no pedestrians are approaching before moving off. Even when the light turns green, you should still allow pedestrians to finish crossing before moving. Puffin crossings are similar to Pelican crossings, but sensors on the crossing determine the length of the red light period to ensure that the crossing is clear before changing to amber. Puffin crossings do not use a flashing amber light, but you still have to be alert for the late pedestrian who thinks they can get across at the last moment. Toucan crossings allow pedestrians and cyclists to cross. The clue is in the name. Toucan cross. These crossings are wider than Pelican crossings, but otherwise might look very similar to pelicans from a distance. Check for nearby cycle lanes leading up to the crossing. This can be a vital clue. Before you move off, you should again check for any pedestrians or cyclists who look like they are rushing to enter the crossing. As cyclists can travel at faster speeds, you may need to look further afield to spot a cyclist who may enter the crossing as you pull off. A variant on the Toucan crossing is a parallel crossing. This type of crossing has separate crossing lanes for bicycles and pedestrians. There are even Pegasus crossings. No prizes for guessing what these crossings are for, although the horses you see are unlikely to have wings. Even if the lights haven't turned red when approaching a Pegasus crossing, if a horse and rider are waiting to cross, you should still slow down to avoid scaring the horse. Finally, we have zebra crossings. The highway code states, "Look out for pedestrians waiting to cross and be ready to slow down or stop to let them cross." So even before pedestrians step onto the crossing, you should stop to let them cross. Don't signal to pedestrians that it is safe to cross, because you don't know whether other traffic will stop. Beware of joggers who may want to move onto a zebra crossing without breaking pace. Other road users, who shouldn't really be using the zebra crossing, may also approach at speed and assume they have right of way. Cyclists, e-scooter riders and other users of micro-mobility may surprise you by entering the crossing without waiting. That concludes our whirlwind tour of pedestrian crossings. The key points to take away are: there are many different crossings. You need to adapt your expectations and behavior to each crossing. Never go through a flashing amber light if someone is still on a Pelican crossing. Always check for any rushing pedestrians, cyclists or other micro-mobility users who may try to reach the crossing before the lights change. Slow down when approaching horses waiting at a Pegasus crossing to avoid scaring them.